So I'm here with Connor Hookway, who is one of our second years ACE boxers here at City College Brighton Hove. Connor has just attended the 2-week Tenerife trip training camp, which was funded kindly by Erasmus, and we're just going to have a bit of feedback about his experiences and how that's impacted upon him as an athlete and also as a person. So Connor, just to start off with, firstly, did you enjoy the trip?
Yeah, very good.
Okay, can you give me what do you find the most enjoyable about the trip?
Probably have to be the coaching, because I'm quite interested in being like a personal trainer and learning about coaching and BTECs and different things like that, and to learn firstly how to try and speak Spanish, and then to take it into coaching young children and learning how to coach different ages was quite interesting to me. I quite enjoyed it.
So as another sort of career pathway that you're looking at into personal training, you feel that you've gained some insightful education there that will help you move into it. Okay, that's fantastic. Also, what about yourself as a boxer? How do you feel this trip has brought you on as a boxer?
Firstly, it made me a lot more disciplined in waking up, and instead of being lazy, be like, oh yeah, I don't want to get up, I'm going to go back to sleep instead of going out for a run. Like, because we were made to do it, so a lot more disciplined, a lot more focused on what I need to do. And I've got a lot of good tips from different coaches to help me improve on what I'm doing and how I box.
Okay, and how did you find, obviously, being away from home for 2 weeks?
Well, I live away anyway, so I'm quite used to that. But living away probably helped me with my lifestyle. Instead of going out as much, I was probably more focused to do what I needed to do on a daily basis, getting to bed on time and waking up on time.
Okay.
I was probably eating a bit better instead of going out with friends, getting a meal.
And how did you find having to rub shoulders with people that you never met before, the other boxers? Obviously, there are a lot of us out there.
Thought it was really good. We all got on really well. It's like a little family thing, really. We all were in the same boat, doing the same thing, training every day, coaching every day. We all understood like what everyone else is doing. So we all got on really well, and if there was any problems, it was sorted out like an adult instead of like acting like a child and arguing or something like that.
Okay, brilliant. So obviously being out there and training a lot more than you're used to, there'd be a lot more nutritional demands. How do you feel that you dealt with those demands using your nutrition?
If I'm being honest, first 3 days roughly, I didn't, and I felt exhausted. So I still was trying to eat the same stuff I normally would eat, which would be a lot less like carbs and different proteins and stuff. And I felt exhausted, but then I kind of got the hang of what I was doing. So I started eating a lot better foods, a lot more like the foods to make sure I had the energy to do what I needed to do.
Okay, so your calorie intake actually changed a lot.
It went up quite a bit.
Okay. So when you came back, what was your kind of weight difference from the weight you started at to the weight you finished at?
I think I went out about 75 and a half, and I came back like just borderline 73.9, 74. So I managed to drop a kilo, even though I was intaking a lot more calories, a lot more carbs. I still managed to drop one.
Okay, so what does that actually tell you?
Well, mainly it's not about like, it's not just eating more. Like you can eat more and not put on fat or anything like that. You can eat more and lose weight, which was quite a good and helpful thing to learn.
Okay, so obviously your metabolism goes up as well with it the more that you work out, so it's all balanced. Okay, can you tell me something technically and tactically you think you've developed since being out there?
Tactically, I think I've developed my footwork and how I approach like my range in the ring with someone. Instead of just like, normally I'd throw 2 shots and then move out of range, like not like properly out of range, and then it would be like taking a train to get back into range. But instead I was taking those little steps, so then driving back in, and I wasn't out of range and I was catching them because like the movement was quick and good to do. Tactically, I'm normally quite square on, and I've pronated my shoulders a lot better this time, so I could twist through my jab a lot more as well as my backhand. Get more power through those movements.
And where did you find that information out about turning sideways on?
There was one of the coaches, one of the younger coaches, 23-year-old Elliot, I can't remember his second name, but he's one of the ACE coaches. Dylan. And yeah, I've done a couple of pad sessions with him after sparring, because he saw that I wanted to work on something. I asked him about it, and we done a couple of rounds here and there, and he properly helped me like think about what I was doing instead of just going in balling like bang, 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 just trying to offload as many shots. Properly think about how my rotation is.
Great, so grabbed an insight from another coach who can spot other things that your coach may not have spotted myself. Okay, what about physically? What kind of things physically do you think you've learned?
Physically, because of we had two coaches who were very good, like S&C, strength and conditioning. Physically, I think I've learned how to develop myself a lot better in my shoulders and the flexibility of my shoulders and my body and my core. Just not doing the same things, just general exercises like normal planks, stuff like that. There was a lot of weird different exercises we did, which would work the core a lot better than what, say, a plank would. Just different exercises to work better ways and to figure out how to improve myself better doing these exercises.
So as you mentioned there, educationally wise, do you think there's things that you can add to your own program which you don't have to actually wait to be told yourself, that stuff that you can add in and do yourself?
Straight away, I've done it today doing sessions. I added like 3, 4 maybe exercises straight away, which we did on the holiday. I was thinking, that really works here. I need to put that in. I need to be doing that. And so I take some of the other exercises out which were good, but weren't doing exactly what I need specifically to boxing.
Do you think the training camp has had a mental impact upon you?
Yeah, it does, because mentally we're away for 2 weeks, training really hard every day, we're coaching, like doing these hard things like we wouldn't normally do and wouldn't know how to do. And I think mentally just built up a lot of confidence in me and helped me like be more disciplined in what I'm doing. Like not just be like, oh, I don't want to do this, I'm just going to ignore it and not go to it or something like that. Just focus, change my mindset and get in there, not just do it and breeze through it, but get in there and do it, try and get something out of that.
Okay. And in terms of how having to actually communicate with people out there, so you're obviously working with lots of other boxers, new coaches that you've never met before, the locals, people who don't speak the language. How do you feel you coped with all these demands?
I think I coped really well, to be honest. It's just having a good attitude towards everyone. And if you do get any negative attitude, just not playing up to it really. Just getting on, trying the best to make sure everything works with everyone there.
Do you feel that you had an opportunity to try your Spanish with the locals?
Yeah, a couple of times when we went out, or we got a meal or something like that, like ordering a drink or some stuff like that, or just saying my name, just general things like that. Plus, it helped with training the kids as well, because some of them don't even speak any English. To try and get them to, obviously it was quite a lot of hand signals stuff, but to speak a tiny bit of Spanish to get them to understand made it a lot easier.
And tell me about the work experience in the schools.
Firstly, it was a very good education, not for them, but for me even more, I'd say, because, as I say, I want to be a personal trainer and stuff like that. So to teach, like, say, ages from, like, 5 to 6, all the way up to 18-year-olds at one point, like, it's just, like, the older they could understand a bit of English, but the youngers couldn't, so you had to show them what you're going to do. You have to properly, like, they wouldn't understand, explain to you, if you sign language and stuff like that, and little bits of Spanish. So work experience in that way, it just showed how to train different first of all, language, like for kids and older people, as well as getting younger kids to enjoy it, as well as the older kids. Because the older kids, you could just tell them to do things like as they are, like technical pads and all stuff like that, but the younger ones, you need to make sure they're enjoying it so they're switched on, otherwise, if not, you lose them, they'll just be, oh, I'm going to mess around now, I'm not going to pay attention.
Okay, so what would you say to next year's first years who are looking to go on this trip, and also what would you say to Erasmus for providing you the opportunity to go on this?
So thank you to Erasmus for letting me out to do this. So it wasn't just about the training, it was about so many other experiences to do with just everything. There were so many good experiences. And with first years, I'd say definitely do it. Because so many experiences to do. It's good for, like, if you want to be a coach or something like that, it's good to learn. It's good to learn another language. It's good to learn how to cope on your own. It's good for many mental skills, confidence, and you do get some good training from very good coaches. So you have to be mad not to do it. So.
Okay, Conor Hookway, thanks very much for your feedback. It's really appreciated. Cheers.